Right to object. Can a user object to processing of his personal information? Yes. Let's discuss about in this video. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we have been daily getting new content on data privacy. Today we are going to talk about the right to object, one of the GDPR rights in terms of handling personal information. What is data privacy? Data privacy is my right to choose what personal information do I want to share, with whom, and for what purpose. You are a marketing company, you ask me for my personal, very basic personal information, my name, my address, my phone number. You want to send me regular updates on your new products or offers. But my choice whether I want to share it with you or not. Maybe I give you my address and phone number and you start sending me messages. But then you say that you want to send me couriers on documented literatures. And for that you will be using a courier agency. I can object to it right at this start of it that I don't want this to go through a courier. I would not like a document if you are going to share my address and my phone number with a third party, a courier agency, right? This process of you asking me for collecting, processing and sharing my information with the third party is also called consent management. Very deeply covered in my YouTube videos on my channel earlier. And the legal aspect is there where the data privacy gives me laws and rules to make sure that if I see my information being misused or wrongly shared, then I can object to it and I can protect my personal interest that this is not the purpose for which my information was actually taken from me. Now when it comes to right to object, this is a right given by GDPR where a user can object and say, I don't want you to process my information at all, right? Right to restriction of processing was a temporary thing. Right to object is completely objecting to it. I want to control the way my information is being used. Again, this right can be used anytime. You might have taken a consent for sending me email marketing information. But if while taking the consent, you never told me that you are going to send it through a third party and you share my personal information with the third party, the courier agency, then I can always object and say, no, this is not the purpose for which you collected my information. Stop it, hold it, and don't process my information. Processor has to validate the request and the reason for it, and ideally, the moment he gets the request, he should stop processing at that time itself. GDPR recommends the entire process to be finished within 1 month of receiving the request, and if that does not happen, user has all the rights to log in complaints for delay and rejection. Key aspects of it. What are the scope of this? If I see that my information is being used in public without my consent and not the way I wanted it, I can object. If I believe that my information is being used for direct marketing while it was collected for some other purpose, I can object to it. For example, I go to a grocery store and they ask me for my address and phone number because they want to dispatch and let the things come to my home, right? But after a period of time, they start using my phone number for sending their new product offers as well, which I never asked. So I can always object to them and say, sorry, you're not going to use my personal information any further, right? What are the obligations? The processor has to evaluate what is the legitimate ground for this, and if the legitimate ground is higher or more relevant than the reason for objection, then maybe he can refuse to accept or he can reject the request for objecting to processing. And if it is not so, and if it is in case of just doing direct marketing, then the right to object has to be processed immediately. Of course, you need to validate that the right person is objecting, but once it is validated, it has to be used immediately, right? In case of direct marketing, no excuses. What are the limitations of this? If the personal information that was collected for the purpose of executing a contract, then the right to object cannot be used until the contract execution is over and all the clauses have been taken care of, right? Similarly, if the information was shared for a legitimate reason, for example, for a healthcare processing purpose, a healthcare research purpose, even then, user cannot suddenly come up later and say that I object, my information should not be used. It is for a logical reason. It is not being misused anywhere, right? So these are the limitations of these rights, and if there is a legal claim against your information, then you can't ask me to, or you can't object the processing of your information. The benefits, all these rights give very common benefits. They empower the user to control the way his information is being used. They give him the right and control on his personal information and help protect his privacy. and they also help as a business to the businessman that he's not unnecessarily sending his marketing stuff to people who don't need it, right? So his marketing effort is not getting wasted, and electronic junk is not getting created by sending unsolicited emails and messages. That's all about right to object. I hope you like my content. Press the like and bell icon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to get new content on data privacy, and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.